We are the higher self of the one known to this instrument as Naim, who took its physical embodiment on this planet Earth on 1964 of your current time space. We greet you in the love and the light of the one infinite creator. Before we start to share our insights, please understand that you have free will to accept or reject the information that may arise from us as the higher self of the one known as Naim, and only accept those insights that resonate deeply with your inner heart. Just imagine you are standing under a waterfall of sparkling light and that your body, emotions, and mind are becoming more and more radiant. Feel the light flowing through your body. Doing this will rejuvenate your body at a cellular level and increase your available energy. Light can lift you to your next level of growth and dramatically change what you experience. Let light lift your thoughts and calm your emotions as it flows through you. Connect with light for a few moments during the day, at work, in your car, at home, or in a store. Every time you connect with light, you are building a bridge between yourself and the higher realms. As you build this bridge of light, you will become more radiant and effective on the earth plane. In whatever you are doing, do not think of light as a protection, but as an energy that is so strong, it raises the vibration of everything around you. Use this image to create within you a feeling of strength, harmony, and love. When you surround yourself with light, you do not have to build a wall around you to keep things out. Your light will transform everything around you into a higher vibration. You raise your vibration when you surround yourself with the image of light. Your higher energy will set a tone that others around you can pick up. Not everyone is capable of responding to your higher vibration. But as you put light around yourself, you make a higher vibration available to others. You will be more able to stay calm and centered and will find it easier to keep your heart open and be compassionate and loving. This instrument desires to find out the previous incarnations of the one known as Naim Abboud in your language terms. We are going to share with you one timeline from the infinite possibilities, from the infinite dimensions, and vortices that exist in time, space, and space-time. In addition, please understand that time is not linear, but it is simultaneous. To fully address your queries, firstly, this entity, during its first density life cycle, started evolving after originating from the one infinite creator on the planet known as Alcyon planet of the Pleiadian star system. Approximately 175 million years ago. In the first lifetime, this entity began learning the lessons of first density in the form of fire, after which this entity then evolved into the later first density consciousness phase, wherein it began to learn and experience lesson as a later first density consciousness element in the form of soil. After which this entity then began to enter into the first stage of the second density consciousness, wherein it began to learn the lessons of that of experience, similar to your trees in your planets. After reaching the mid-second density, this entity evolved into the later second density phase that resembled the animals, similar to that of so-called dogs on your planets. However, this occurred on the same star system that it had originated in. This entity then, after a period of 97,000 years and multiple incarnations on the level of later second density, entered into the third density consciousness. It then began to experience reality of that of this density also. After approximately 19 incarnations in the first third density consciousness on the same star system, this soul, after reaching the required density level of third density, was then transferred to the Earth's humanity complex in order to learn the lessons of beginning phases of third density consciousness and to learn the lessons as it moves upward in the spiral of third density. Finally, learning the lessons of mid-third density consciousness and reaching the later third density consciousness, wherein it was transported to the Earth's humanity complex to access the window of soul graduation. This entity had 3 previous lifetimes on Earth in the form of physical vehicles of human mind, body, and spirit complex. However, before we share this information, let us tell you that we are offering the truth without any proof, because that is the best way for each entity to understand this in their lifetime. Furthermore, this entity is suffering from a disease which can be cured by this entity by focusing on the balancing of its chakras, which can be done by performing the sequence found in your scriptures of the yoga system. We are now going to share with you the 3 previous lifetimes. In the first life, this entity was born as a woman body complex by the name of Catherine Rogers, born on the 1st of July 1705 and died on the 27th of November 1802, whose lessons for this lifetime were to learn to undergo self-control lessons using its free will. This entity worked as a so-called teacher who taught kids during this lifetime and died via the act of a normal process of crossing over. In this life, this entity was not able to, however, learn the lessons of self-control completely. After soul healing, this entity reincarnated again as a man-body complex, who was known by the name of Sergio Carter, born on the 1st of November 1815, and died on the 16th of July 1904, whose primary purpose in this life cycle was to learn the lessons of balancing between service to others and service to self. In this life cycle, this entity spent its life as a so-called nurse and spent most of its time interacting with other entities at that time space. In this lifetime, this entity was able to learn these lessons. This entity died on 1904 after falling from height, after which this entity reincarnated again as a woman body complex known by the name of Amanda Rodriguez, born on the 2nd of July 1906 and died on the 27th of November 1963. This particular lifetime was meant for this entity to learn the lessons of forgiveness of self. In addition, it was able to learn the lesson of forgiveness of self in this lifetime. This entity worked as a so-called librarian during this time period and died on 1963, after which this entity reincarnated into this current life on 1964. The primary purpose of this life cycle for this entity is to learn the lessons of service to others and focus on love rather than on fear. Fear is the opposite of love, and love is the pathway into the 4th density consciousness. If this entity is able to showcase love in the various densities of existence, then it will graduate. And we leave you now in the love and the light of the one Creator, Adonai.